As a general rule, I do not blind buy fragrances, unless House of Beau comes out with a new addition to their line. This is Ave Maria. House of Beau just recently released this just in time for Valentine's Day, which I think is completely appropriate because she is romantic and ethereal and perfect for the spring season as well. I will share the notes, but overall, in my opinion, I do feel like the notes are kind of irrelevant to how I'm perceiving Ave Maria. And I do think that speaks to how incredibly well blended the compositions from House of Beau are. Even perfumes that feature notes that I typically don't enjoy, I find beautiful. So let's talk about Ave Maria. Overall, this is a white floral dominant perfume. I do think you need to enjoy white florals in order to like Ave Maria. White florals are all in my wheelhouse, so I'm a very happy camper. There is gardenia mixed with a neroli note as well as jasmine. I love how the gardenia is blended with those two other white florals. However, the star of the show is the gardenia, which is interesting because there's another House of Beau fragrance that also prominently features gardenia, La Mar. But I think they're very different. In La Mar, the gardenia is very beachy and slightly creamy as well, whereas in Ave Maria, it's a very classic gardenia, a little bit more grown and mature, but it still maintains a modern twist with some of the other notes that it's mixed with. I do also think the performance in Ave Maria is much better than La Mar. The sillage and the longevity are very good. I wouldn't call her beast mode, but really strong. Now, as far as the other notes go in Ave Maria, I don't think I would be able to pick out any of those distinct notes in the notes list. I do think they're serving to give little nuances to the fragrance, which are really beautiful. I think the pear and maybe the Merlot as well are giving it a distinct sweetness in the dry down. I don't really detect the leather in this at all. I do think it may be contributing a slight powdery aspect to the initial couple hours of wear. And as far as the raindrops go, I don't think this is a particularly aquatic or humid type of fragrance. However, I do think there's inherently a somewhat aquatic aspect to white florals, which is what you're reading within Ave Maria. Other than the white florals, the only other detectable note to me is the oak wood at the base. It's not a prominent part of the perfume, but it really gives it such a lovely, deep base for the florals and other aspects to sit on. So of course, Ave Maria is a new favorite of mine. I'm so glad this was a blind buy success, but I'm pretty sure with that opal hand-carved stone cap, I would have bought her just for the bottle alone.